Hey guys, Andrew McComb here, the founder and CEO of Outlier. In this Unleash Your Inner Outlier video lesson, I'm going to teach you how to overcome abundance blocks in your business and the fear of selling yourself by showing you an actual live coaching session with one of my clients, Karina Chapman, from KarinaChapman.com. She also struggled with the same challenge, but she's now living her outlier life and business on a day-to-day basis. But before we start, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that I can notify you every time an inspiring new Outlier episode is released. And if you stick around until the end of this episode, I'm also going to give you access to a free Unleash Your Inner Outlier strategy session, which will support you to get full clarity and direction around your unique gift, message, or calling, and give you a personalized plan that allows you to be true to yourself and turn it into a business and live your dream on a day-to-day basis so that you can make a significant difference to the world. But for now, let's get into today's lesson. Okay, for those of you who are new to Outlier, there's two fundamental messages that we come from. Essentially, your external reality, e.g. everything that happens outside of your body, is a reflection of your internal reality, be that your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. So whatever level of thought, feeling, or belief we're resonating with energetically, we will only ever attract to us an external reality that's in alignment with that resonance. The next philosophy is that feeling is healing. And essentially what that means is our feelings just want to be felt. And when we feel them, they have a message for us, or they allow us to tune into our inner wisdom that allows us to get a lot more clarity on what's actually causing those feelings in the first place. And they usually are the opposite of what they're actually feeling. But what typically happens with us as humans is if we're feeling, especially negative feelings, we'll resist them in some way and we'll do everything we can to stop feeling them. We might drink, we might smoke, we might work hard, we might use social media, sex, gambling, overeating. Could be anything, but it's just a way of us to try and not feel the feelings. But in order for us to experience our ideal outlier reality, be that in our life or our business or in our physical body, the key is to feel the feelings. And in the feelings, we get the insights or the messages. Very quickly our negative symptoms disappear and we start to attract the ideal reality that we're looking to attract. This is going to make a lot more sense in this upcoming lesson. So Karina, tell us about your business.
So my business is about conscious connection. So conscious connection is about connecting with other people consciously, being aware of the type of relationships that you want to bring into your life. So it's a way of firstly becoming aware, then getting clarity on who it is that you want to bring into your life, whether it's for business purposes, whether it's a new friendship group, or even if it's a romantic connection. So it's about gaining clarity on who it is that you want, clarity on yourself of who your core values are, so that you can create long-lasting relationships into your life. And that's what I do, is teach about conscious connection.
Fantastic. So what would be the ideal scenario for you in relation to your business?
The ideal scenario would be for, I guess, for myself to be more open to, I guess, setting higher prices for what I do. I have a business coach at the moment who always tells me that that's where I'm falling down, that all of the things that I offer are great value, good quality, and really help people. So that is where I fall down, I suppose. But it would be about, ideally, people connecting with me, coming into my courses, doing one-on-ones with me so that they can create the life that they dream of.
Fantastic. So what would the ideal business look like if you were living the dream? What would it be for you?
Okay, so if I was living the dream, I would be traveling internationally and speaking about conscious connection. I would have online and in-person retreats around conscious connection for business, for friendships, and for relationships. And I would be mentoring those that need it to move them forward in their relationship sector of their lives.
Fantastic. So that already exists, right? You know that from a quantum physics perspective, your ideal business already exists. And the only reason you're not observing it is because you're not on the same wavelength as that on a frequency level. Yeah. So what's really interesting to me is I love the fact that what you do sounds very, very empowering, right? For people. And you would be very aware of this. And this is my philosophy on the relationships. Whenever we want to attract any ideal relationship, we have to have that relationship with ourselves first. So if we look at you in that scenario, knowing that you, to be that person who is that successful entrepreneur, has to have that relationship with himself first, right? So somewhere within you, there is a disconnect at the moment, isn't there?
Yes, I definitely agree.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use our outlier process to help you tune into that and help clear that. And so obviously then you're resonating with your ideal relationship with self, so that your business can be even more successful moving forward. So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes for me. Okay. And I want you to tune in. So the reason we shut the eyes is to go inward, to start looking into our internal world, and also be nice and relaxed. So I want you to, from now on, take nice deep breaths. And I want you to tune into the part of your body, and it will present itself straight away, that this part of you that's disconnected with the ideal self, living this dream business, is. Whereabouts in your body is that?
Probably sort of around the center of the chest.
Fantastic. And so what I want you to do now is just take those deep breaths into that area. So you're really just charging up and putting concentration on that area. And I want you to tell me, what color is that area for you?
Blue.
Yeah, what shape is it?
Like a flower shape.
What size is it?
About the size of my hand.
What temperature?
It's cool.
And what texture?
Smooth.
And what's the feeling associated with it?
That's a good question. Maybe frustration.
Very good. So I want you to feel more frustration for me. So breathe into that blue flower shape as you feel more frustration. And feel it even more. And even more. So allow yourself to bring it on. So if on a scale of 0 to 10, if 10 was the most frustrated you could feel, what would it be right now?
About an 8.
Yeah. Can you bring it on to a 9?
I'll give it a go.
So you keep feeling it, and I'm going to get you to talk to frustration. I'm going to say, I feel frustrated because, and it will tell you, what would it say?
I feel frustrated because this is holding me back from moving forward. It's something I don't need to have in my life anymore. It's not something I need to hold on to, and I need to let it go, and I need to create something new. And I'm sick of waiting for the time for that to happen. And I want it to be now.
Yeah, because it makes me feel?
Because it makes me feel frustrated and annoyed at myself. Because I want to connect with more people, and letting go of this will allow me to do so.
Awesome. So I want you to feel more frustrated. Allow yourself, like it's literally almost anger, isn't it? You're sick of it.
Yes.
So just sit in it and feel it for me. And you keep feeling it. And you mentioned the word it. It keeps doing this. It. What is it?
My blue flower of frustration, which is an abundance block for me.
So tell me about that.
So I recognize that it's because of the thought patterns that were put into my subconsciousness when I was much younger from my family and others that were around me around wealth. So sayings like, it's too expensive, or money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are mean and stingy. Things like that, I believe, are in my subconscious and holding me back.
Yeah, which one's a priority?
Well, I think I'm letting go of attachment if it's too expensive or I can't afford it. I think it's around rich people are mean and stingy, because I would like to be wealthy, but I certainly don't want to be mean and stingy. That could be hindering me.
Yeah. So let's do this. Where in your body now would abundance hang out, or lack of abundance? And when I say that, which one's a priority? You'll feel it, lack of or abundance, which is stronger?
Abundance is stronger.
Awesome. Where does abundance hang out in your body right now?
Feels more in my throat area.
So tune into your throat, breathe into your throat for me. All your attention goes there, and tell me what color it is.
Green.
Shape?
It's kind of like a green mist.
Size?
Well, I feel like it's filling my entire throat area.
Temperature?
Just pleasant, not warm or cold.
Yeah, and texture?
It's more like a vapor, I suppose. Texture.
Yeah, awesome. And the feeling associated?
Excitement.
Awesome. So feel more excited. Bring it on. Deep breaths into your throat as you bring it on. And bring it on even more. Allow yourself to feel it, because the more you feel it, the more you're going to attract it, the more it's going to show up. And feel it even more. And even more. And it's got a message for you. It's been trying to talk to you for years. It's been trying to help you. What's the message it's got for you?
I guess let go of the past. And there's a bit of a block around selling myself. It's not even not selling myself, I'm selling my product. But there feels like there's a bit of a block in that area.
So abundance is telling you that? Yeah. Is it saying, in order to be abundant, you need to address that first?
it could be the case.
Or is it saying something else?
No, it does feel like that's holding me back as well from speaking out and connecting with people so that they know how I can help them, and therefore come onto my programs and bring abundance with them. I guess it is me being able to voice how I can help them well seems to be a block around that.
Yeah. So because there is a block, you don't talk about it as much as you could or you'd want to, and therefore they don't hear about it and therefore don't come to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the behavioral side of it. But imagine, so you're holding yourself back talking about it, so no one hears about it and no one comes to it, because what's the belief there about yourself if they come to it, knowing that you're the presenter or expert on it?
Not sure. Perhaps maybe there's worthiness feelings or something. Well, I know what I do is great and helps a lot of people, so it's not that I feel that I can't do it.
Yeah. So what's the problem then? If the product's good and the learnings and lessons and the experience and transformation they'll get is good, what's the problem? There's still a problem there, because if there wasn't, you would be doing it, right? And it'd be happening more regularly.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and, you know, I've got no problem selling other people's things for them.
Yeah.
And saying how fantastic they are.
Yeah.
But not so much for myself.
Awesome. So let's just go into the context of not wanting to sell myself. Where in your body is that right now?
Probably my stomach.
Yeah. So breathe into your stomach for me. Tune into that area. And I'm just going to jump straight to it. What's the feeling in your stomach right now?
I can only describe it as blur.
Nice. Yeah. So I want you to feel more blur.
Okay.
Because it's helping you. I want you to feel it as much as you can. And on a scale of 0 to 10, if 10 was the worst feeling it could be, what would it be right now?
Maybe 9.
Wow. So bring it on to a 10. As much as you can. Bring it on. Breathe into it and let yourself feel it. And even more. And even more. Scale of 0 to 10 now, what would it be?
Yeah, probably just between a 9 and a 10.
Yeah, okay. So bring it on even more. And it'll either grow or an increase, or it'll actually dissipate, because we're allowing ourselves to feel it. Because the blur refers as related to something, isn't it? And you know what it's related to?
I don't really feel like it's related to something in this life.
No. So what life and what was going on? When you were speaking out, being yourself, projecting a great message, what was going on for you?
Well, I was probably burnt at the stake.
Probably, or were?
Well, I definitely was at least one life. But whether it was around this, let me see.
Just feel the feelings in the stomach. It'll take you there. Nice deep breaths.
No, I think it was probably a time in the past when I was a madam and ran a whorehouse, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Would be back sort of in America in the Wild West time.
Awesome. So just feel into that. What was the feeling going on for you at the time? Something happened and you felt a certain way.
I feel like as at the beginning, I would have felt like that around selling myself. But as I became more successful in it, I didn't need to sell myself. I had other girls that would do the work.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's more related to selling me rather than selling a product that I have to offer.
Okay, say that again.
It feels like it's more a resistance around selling me than selling a product that I offer.
Yeah. So if you think about the context of the whorehouse, you're selling not just yourself, but others, right? This isn't like that. This is like as if it's just you. So back in that time that it was a problem, was there something that went on when you were just selling you that created a certain feeling?
I don't know. Maybe that could be connected to feelings of worthiness in that lifetime.
What's intuitively coming to me is it's interesting. You find it easy to sell anyone else. And yet this business is about you. Is this business fully aligned with your natural abilities and flow by selling you? Or would you rather sell someone else who has a similar message to you?
No, I would rather sell myself.
Yeah.
And be better at myself. Yeah. And my message.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But the feeling associated with selling myself is, so when I go to sell myself, I feel what?
That's the blur.
Yeah.
I put that into I don't know, maybe like I'm intruding, or perhaps it's something that they don't need. Maybe I'm judging their response before I even offer. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's be honest. There are people out there who need your services, right? Many, many people. So it's not about that. They definitely need the service, right?
Oh yes, it's all me.
So therefore, but when I go to offer it to them, I feel a certain way. So let's just run a scenario. Pretend I'm a new customer. Hi, Karina. I've just heard about your services. Can you tell me more about them, please? And how would it roll from there?
I would tell them what conscious connection is and ask them what type of relationships that they are looking to attract into their life.
Yeah, and how hard would that be for you?
That bit's not hard. I'm not that bad at telling them what it is and finding out what they need. It's probably then the next step of, my Finding Mr. Right course would be great for you, or my Finding Your Tribe seminar would be great, or something like that. And then moving forward and making a sale.
Yeah. So what's the hard part? Is it the sale, asking for the money? What is it?
Yeah, I think it's around the sale thing. I guess asking for money, I'm not sure.
So what's going on for you right now as you say that? What's the feeling?
I feel like I'm a beggar child or something.
Yeah, awesome.
So
So let's just breathe into that. Okay, so you feel like you're begging, you're having to ask, and you're not sure of the outcome, but it's making you feel a certain way right now. What's the feeling?
Upset because I don't want to ask.
Yeah. So just sit in the feeling for me. So what's the feeling? Breathe into it for me.
It's about not wanting to be in that position to need to ask.
Yeah, because when I have to ask, I feel. You're feeling it right now. What's the feeling?
Unworthy, perhaps.
No, what else is it? I can see it in your eyes. It's telling me, your body. I feel right now. How do you feel?
Just frustrated and annoyed that
It's deeper than that. Go deeper.
I don't know. I can't find the word.
Yeah, I can see the word. It's sadness. You're sad, aren't you? You feel sad. So feel more sad for me. This is the key, because you don't want to feel sad, but until you're willing to feel sad, you're not going to ask for sales, because you're pushing sales away because you don't want to feel sad. So just feel sad. It's just a feeling.
Yep.
So just sit in it. Take nice deep breaths. Feel as sad as you can. And feel it even more. And even more. It's just a feeling. It's just a vibration. Doesn't mean anything.
No, but it can wreck my makeup.
Scale of 0 to 10. How sad do you feel?
Yeah, pretty sad.
Mm.
I'd say probably 9 or 10.
Yeah. So just allow yourself to sit in it, because you haven't had, have you? You don't want to.
I don't particularly like being sad, no.
No. But it won't be until you feel okay with feeling sad that you'll be okay selling yourself, because whether people do or don't do business with you, eventually you won't care. If they don't do business with you, they're not the right people at that point in time. They might come later. But if you just don't want to feel sad, you're just not going to ask anyone, because it's not about people, it's about feeling sad. So let's feel sad, and then all of a sudden we dissipate that whole scenario. Just a feeling. But I'm going to extend on it. I bet there's been a time in the past where you asked for something that was important to you, that someone said something and it made you feel sad. Does that make sense when I say that? And is there a memory that comes up straight away?
I think probably from when I was about 12 or so, and I wanted a particular type of jeans, and I wasn't allowed to have them.
Mm-hmm. And it made you feel?
And it made me feel sad.
Because it was important to you, wasn't it?
At the time, it must have been.
Yeah. So let's go back to that time when it was first a problem and just tune into that scenario. So just visualize, were you asking your mum or your dad or someone for money and then they said no?
Probably my mother, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a clothes shopper.
Mm-hmm. And again, all we're doing is using these stories or reference points to help you feel these feelings that have wanted to be felt since then, because you asked at the time for something that was important to you and they said no, and it made you feel sad. So ever since, you've stopped yourself asking for things because you didn't want to feel that way. And you'll never be successful in your business if it requires you to ask people to do a sale or commit to your process. If you have resistance around feeling sad or rejected or whatever the feeling is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guarantee since that age of 12, you would have had other incidences where every time you go to ask, that same stuff happens. And you're going, what the hell's going on here? Every time I ask for stuff, I get knocked back. So it's a repeating cycle, and it always starts at the original one, which may even be earlier than 12, but 12 is the one that's coming up for you right now.
Yep.
And the key here is the feelings associated. So as long as you can feel these feelings and allow them to run their course, which, you know, sometimes it takes 20 to 30 seconds, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer. For you, it's maybe a little bit longer because it was probably more powerful at the time. But I promise you, if you sit in the feelings, they dissipate. So how sad do you feel right now?
Probably maybe about a 4 or 5.
Very good. So it's decreased, hasn't it? So feel the 4 or a 5 for me though. It's still there. So let's keep feeling it. And let's ask sadness, because it's been trying to talk to you for a long time. What does it want to say?
Another good question. Not sure I've got the answer to.
It's not for you to answer. It's for sadness to answer. It'll just tell you. Just start talking and it'll tell you.
I don't know.
So what would sadness say? It would say, I feel.
I don't know. Sad that I didn't get what I wanted as a child.
Yeah. So just tune into that context, right? I've asked mum for some jeans. I didn't get them. Mum, I feel.
Annoyed and frustrated that you said no, that you've not listened to me or considered why I'm asking, and I don't ask for much very often.
Yeah. So what's fascinating is you felt sad or rejected, right? But you actually then made it something about yourself. So you created a belief about yourself, right? Does that make sense? So you extended the I feel sad, therefore I am what?
I don't know.
So you then made it about yourself, right? But let's let mum talk to you now. Where would mum be in the room right now?
In front of me, I guess.
Yeah. So let's just visualize you've turned around and you're talking to yourself, but you're now your mum. What does mum have to say to Karina at this age of 12 when Karina's just asked for some new jeans?
That they're more expensive than what the regular jeans are, that she doesn't see what the difference in brand is. Like jeans are jeans, and it's not like I've gone without anything. So I should be happy with what I've got.
Mm-hmm. What's going on for mum at the time?
Don't know that I would have been thinking about that at 12.
No, but mum's talking, remember? This isn't about Karina, this is mum talking. So I don't have the money for you, whatever. There's a reason behind why she's saying no, right? Those are all the things she thinks about the jeans, but maybe at the time she just didn't have the money for those jeans, right? And so she had her own stresses going on.
Yeah.
That as a 12-year-old, we don't care about that. We just want the jeans.
True. Very true.
So again, we're talking about relationships here. This is your relationship with your mum at the time of this incident. So it's also about understanding where others are coming from. So let's go back to mum and let's let mum talk about what's going on for her.
So at that point, Dad would have been working, Mum was a stay-at-home mum, so there wouldn't have been a lot extra around. It would have been a time that they probably were saving for their first house, which they bought a couple of years later. So that might have been a consideration as well at the time for the budget, and she was pretty strict on budget. So I would think that she's thinking of the future and buying a house for us all to live in, where I was just thinking about me wanting shiny smile jeans because they looked cool.
Yeah, and how does mum feel? So she said no to you. How does she feel about saying no?
Probably maybe a bit sad that she couldn't say yes, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Or she might have felt that I didn't need them because I really had enough jeans.
Mm-hmm. Hey, take a deep breath for me. Okay, go back to Karina at the time this was a problem. Karina, what did you just hear from your mum?
That there were other valid reasons that she said no, rather than me thinking I didn't deserve them or wasn't worthy, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. And that makes me feel?
More understanding for her situation and empathy.
Mm-hmm. So just feel that more for me. That empathetic feeling. You now have a different understanding of the scenario. Feel it even more. And even more. Okay, I want you to go back to your mum, and your mum's now observed Karina's feeling differently now, because she's observed also since then how it's affected her. How does she now feel that you're feeling different about this?
I guess sorry that she wasn't able to say yes, or sorry that it's affected me more than what she probably could have imagined.
Yeah, so it makes her feel.
I guess it makes her feel sad that she can't give her child everything that they want.
Mm-hmm. And what would she say to Karina?
I guess that she's sorry that she couldn't say yes at that particular moment, but there were lots of good reasons that had nothing to do with me as to why that was her response.
How does she feel that she's now said that?
I guess she feels more understanding of my view and how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just say that again and listen to what you're saying. So my mum, so mum.
Mum is, now I can't remember what I said, more understanding of how I feel.
Yeah, she could feel it too, right? She felt by saying no how she could observe how it impacted you, and she feels sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's go back to Karina at the time it was first a problem. Mum's just said that. How do you feel?
I guess I have more understanding of where she's coming from and why she said what she said. So I guess it helps me to not attach that to having any reason to do with me.
Mm-hmm. And that makes me feel?
Probably relief.
Mm-hmm.
Happier, not as sad about it, about not getting what I want.
Mm-hmm. So feel that more. Nice deep breaths as you feel it. I want you to keep feeling it, and I want you to intuitively answer, is there anything else at this time where this asking was first a problem that you need to deal with right now with your mum?
There's probably all sorts of things I need to do with dealing with my mother, but but separate to this.
Yeah, but in relation to this context, do you feel complete? That you've shifted your past, which now changes your future. And how we do that is dissipate the emotional charge that's holding the past in place. Do you feel like you've done that, or is there still more to be done?
I feel a lot calmer about it and more centered. I guess as a 12-year-old, I would have more understanding and not take it so personally. That the rejection wasn't about me, it was about circumstances that I probably had no knowledge of at the time.
So breathe into that. Is this 12-year-old part of you that's trapped, ready to join you in the present day? So you've got all this amazing power that's been stopping you being successful, now available in the present. Is that part of you, that 12-year-old Karina, willing to join you to use that power now in the present to make sure you're successful?
She says yes, as long as she can wear her smile jeans that she couldn't have.
Well, there you go. There's a good agreement, right? So if she's going to come and use all her power, she wants something in return. It's called the jeans. And that could be, it literally could be go out shopping and buy some cool jeans for yourself or whatever in the present to honor that, to know that now you've got her on your side, not against you. Does that make sense? Okay, so take a nice deep breath in for me. And when Karina's ready, let her join you, or 12-year-old Karina, let her join you in the present, and you will know when she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what would you say to her in the present? We're now in the present.
It's about time you caught up. And yeah, it's not about you. So, and I guess worthiness isn't whether people say yes or no to what you have to offer, or if someone says no to you, it's not about you.
How does that make you feel?
I feel fine, but that's because, you know, the knowledge has been there all along anyway.
Yeah, but to know and not to do is still yet not to know. So when you've got emotional charge based on past events, it doesn't matter how much you know it in the present. If you've got those things in the past that are holding it back, it makes no difference.
That's true. Very true.
So as an expert in relationships, what would you now use this lesson for in your lessons in relation to, it could be sales relationships, connecting with others, relationships, whatever. If someone says no to you, what does it mean to you?
It just means that they have their own reasons at this point in time that what I'm offering doesn't resonate with them.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's about you, does it?
No.
Using your mum as an example, it had nothing to do with you. It was related to some other higher value she had called shelter, buying a house or whatever else. We don't know. We can find out, but you know.
Yeah.
So how do you feel right now?
I guess pretty calm and maybe some relief.
Okay, how does your abundance feel in your throat, the green mist?
I haven't really got a feeling around that.
Good. How's the blue butterfly feel in the chest?
No, I haven't really got a feeling around that either. Feels more like it's dissipated.
How's the stomach, the yuck feeling in the stomach feel?
No, stomach feels okay as well.
Okay, how does the future success of your business feel? So visualize your writing, your speaking, your coaching on a global scale. You're putting yourself out there. People are coming to you. They're resonating with your message. Eventually, you don't even have to ask for the sale because they so resonate with it anyway that they've already sold before they turn up, right? Because they've seen your message in multiple forms. How does that feel?
Exciting and grateful.
So feel more of that for me. And even more. Feel it as much as you can. And even more. And even more. Try and take it throughout your whole body. So embody this feeling of excitement and gratitude. How are you feeling right now?
The gratitude is stronger than excitement.
Awesome. So feel that even more. In the quantum physics, on the scale of the megahertz scale, gratitude has a higher vibration than love. So it's quite a good one to be feeling, isn't it?
Definitely.
So feel it even more. Feel it throughout your whole body and the whole room, and the whole house. Project it out there. Your whole body just visually looks like it's shifting to me. The energy's shifting. And project it out through Adelaide, through the whole city. And the whole country. Because people want to pick up on this vibration because they too want to feel this feeling. And that's why they come to you, because they will come away with this feeling after dealing with you. The whole planet, project it out. Fill the planet with it. And now the whole universe. And just bask in the feeling. Limitless gratitude. You feel it as much as you can and bring it into your chest. And feel it even more. And I want you to ask gratitude, what is the next thing I need to do in order to be successful in my business? And it would say, what's its message for you? What's it want you to do next?
To do as my business coach suggested, by finishing off the specifics of the products that I spoke to her about yesterday and get them onto my website so that people are aware that that's what I can offer.
Fantastic. So visualize that's already done. How does it feel?
Yeah, good.
So take a deep breath into that. That's your homework. And then once you've done that, let's future project. So tune into gratitude again, and it's got more advice. So once I've done that, I've put that on my website. What's the next step?
To advertise that through my network and to talk about that, whether it's Facebook Lives or short videos about what it is that I can do for others and how I can help them and in what ways and what products and services that I offer.
And how does that feel?
Yeah, good.
So one thing that's coming to me is that people aren't going to come to you because of what you do. They're coming to you because of how you can help them.
Yep.
Does that make sense? So it's not about you. It's they've got a problem, you've got a solution, and you can help them with that.
Yeah.
So what are those types of problems people might have that you can help them with? And you've got a free stage here to be able to talk to people. How do you help people? What's the problems they have?
They may be having difficulty in finding a quality romantic relationship. From having past failed relationships, they might be less confident that they even know who it is that would be good for them and a great match, let alone be able to go out and find that. So I can help them gain clarity on who they are and what type of person they would like to have as a romantic connection, and then how to attract that into their lives. Also, if they have moved to a new place or they've done a lot of personal growth and they're resonating at a different energy level than perhaps their old friends, they might need to attract new friends that are at the same frequency as what they are. So it's how to do that and where to find them. And also in business, if you're wanting to grow business and attract new either business partnerships, joint venture opportunities, or new clients, then I work on how to attract them rather than how to hunt for them and attract them into your business and grow it.
Fantastic, Karina. So if anyone out there's got a problem that Karina can solve, and absolutely she can, then where will they go and connect with you, Karina?
Yep, they would find me on karinachapman.com or on Facebook under Karina Chapman, or on LinkedIn as well. Find me there.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing today. I've really appreciated your open and honest, and hopefully you've got some more insight into, you know, what's been stopping or slowing the success of the business. I'm sure deeper down, you did already know this, but I want you to just summarize for me the lesson that you've learned about yourself in today's session.
Yep. So I guess what I've learned is that I need to have a different mindset around selling, and it's about how I can help people rather than about selling myself, and that people want my service, and who am I to stop them and put myself in the way of them connecting with me to be able to help them.
They need you, don't they? You have the solution for them.
That's right, I do. So yes, so I just need to get out of my own way and let go of past beliefs so that I can be open to helping more people in the future to connect around the world with who they want to connect with.
Well, there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Unleash Your Inner Outlier video. As you can see, by observing my client, what they originally thought was stopping the success of their business had nothing to do with it. And it wasn't until they actually tuned inward to start feeling the feelings that they were feeling did they actually get the insight or the truth around what was really affecting their success. And now that they've cleared that, their success is imminent. As promised earlier, if you resonate with this video and you'd like to get full clarity and direction around your unique gift, message or calling with a personalized plan that allows you to be true to yourself and turn it into a business and live your dream on a day-to-day basis so that you can make a significant difference to the world, then book in for your free Unleash Your Inner Outlier strategy session. All of the sessions are performed on Zoom, meaning maximum convenience so that you can be based anywhere in the world and in an environment that you're totally comfortable with. So if you want to book in for a session, click the link in the description below and I'll see you on that call. In the meantime, thanks for liking, sharing, commenting and enjoying this video. I'm Andrew McComb. Here's to living the outlier life outside the comfort zone. I'll see you soon.